Hello, I can hear you.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for doing this with us. It has passed our journey. So, how do you feel as a Phobian, as someone who was a former board secretary of the club for such a long time, and for a long time, some winning league that for the first time in 12 years, much me a winning league in a manner, much me winning as a Phobian and as a former management member. How do you feel?
Okay, good morning once again to all of you in the chamber, all of you at the studio, and also to your listeners. Every Phobian feels very elated. Every Phobian is always happy. Every Phobian should always enjoy any time the club achieves any laurels, especially when you pick a club like Kotoko to it.
Of course.
It's a grand finale.
So
naturally, as a Phobian, right, I'm so glad, I'm so happy that at least some drought, so far as the National League is concerned, has come to an end. And in the manner in which it came to an end, too.
So the icing on the cake, Mamono, is a Mojig fee, Kotoko.
Oh, definitely. If you have taken it from Liberty or Olympics, the joy would have been different. But when you take it from a great team like Kotoko, no disrespect intended, you should enjoy it. Kotoko is a great team. And they are our main foe in everything. Anything they put down, and we have to fight over it. We'll fight over it once it's Kotoko. So when you pit them to anything, you only have to enjoy, and enjoy to the max. Why not?
I know, over the years, there have been some acrimony, some disagreements in the club. Would you say, when everything with the family now back together going forward?
You see, if you understand football, you get me, these acrimonies and disagreements are normal. The game is a game of passion, isn't it? And everybody thinks his viewpoint is right. So you don't take it personal. You take it as a contribution. And out of that, the club will have to be the winner. Let me tell you, even among ourselves, when we were in charge, there were times we had serious disagreements. Board meetings were not easy. There will be disagreements between me, Arisako, and Mr. Atuahoe at the Council of State level, at the Council of Patrons level. We'll be called in. Even there are disagreements. So it's part and parcel of the game. There's nothing personal about it. But there's something about Accra folk. We can agree, disagree, we can fight, but when the time comes to play, we are always together. Because we never say die. And the club comes first. Right. So I cannot say that there will never be any disagreements or different point of views again. There will be. That is the nature of the game. Are you with me? Right. But it doesn't mean anything in football. Unless you don't understand football. And running football is difficult. One of the most difficult jobs to do. So there are bound to be different views on different issues. But out of winning the league, right, the way forward is what matters. And not this petty, or what I said, different point of views. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
But for you, what's the best way forward?
I think the club has gone into a certain pedestal, and the sky is the limit now. Sustainability, sustaining what you've achieved after winning the league, going on to win the league so many times like we did so many years back, and then trying to get back into Africa and see what we can do there, right? Of course, as the game goes on the field, there's the other side of running the club as a corporate entity, which I believe the directors will also take a look at it, because we always have to keep their eye on the ball. So there are so many facets of the club that I think they'll be taking a look at.
Going to Africa, that you mentioned, I've been thinking since yesterday, how does the leadership of this club keep the playing body together to be able to make a meaningful impact in Africa, not able to sell so that there's consistency, there's continuity, there's cohesion going forward. What will you advise?
It is a difficult one. It is a difficult one. I mean, let's be very honest with ourselves. So we've been through that before. Those of you who are old enough will remember the case of Emmanuel Sekufo.
Yes.
Again, he was spearheading the team with Ishmael Adu. And we had gone to a critical stage that the team had been built, and we had to go to Africa. I personally had to get a friend of mine, Dr. Amfofo, who is a medical doctor, to come in. And we signed a different agreement with Emmanuel Sekufo, where he was put on, I think, $1,000 a month for the first time. And we did a deal with the man.
Mr. Hold on. You had a different arrangement with the player.
Yes.
And you gave him $1,000 a month.
I think it was $1,000. I'll have to check. I mean, I think Emmanuel can confirm it. We had to pay him a lot of money a month. Right. But it was well known to the club and the directors. Everybody knew about it. Everybody supported it.
So if I understand you, it didn't come directly from the club, but it was a...
No. It came from Dr. Amfofo. Right. He was based in the US, a strong Phobian.
As at the time, this is 1998 thereabout, 99, 2000 thereabout.
I think it should be just before the African Cup because it was meant to keep him so that he doesn't go. Right.
And that's a lot of money at the time.
We used our brains to solve it. And he stayed. He didn't go. He was put on a different salary. But we did a deal with him that if Kufo gets a contract, at that time Kufo had got a lot of contracts, we'll pay him some money in return for that. You have to go outside the box and think of how you are going to retain the players. But I tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Because these players are playing to go out. And if the offer comes, you might not be able to sleep. I can recount the number of times parents were at my gate early in the morning, pleading that, look, we should let their child go. He's the only breadwinner. You get me? The board chairman is at 2 hours. It's not easy at all. It's not easy. I hope the directors don't go through, the money doesn't go through. But if it happens, they have to find a way out because to play Africa, you may have to keep the club together. But you see, it's part of football that there'll be transfers. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right.
And how to keep the players together is going to be a big issue, right? If they don't get any offer, that's fine. But if they get it and the offer is good, the directors will be caught between a rock and a hard place. They have to take a decision. Yeah. And when it happens, we need to understand it. It's not easy. Running football is not easy. It's one thing sitting in the studio and criticizing, and it's one thing looking at your figures and your finances.
I like that part. I mean, taking a poke at us.
The easiest thing to do is to criticize somebody sitting there. We've all done it before, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but when something is given to you to run, and you are looking at the figures, you see what really is involved. It's not easy. And there's a lot of pressure when it comes to that. There's parental pressure. The player himself has to go. Look, I can give you a lot of examples. Yeah, there's one player now, I always see him on television talking. Maybe when he was with us, he was in the team we went to Australia. He was calling my house that, look, we have to sign the thing, he has to go. And we wanted to keep him. Even on the national assignment, he was calling from Australia. There are those that parents will be chasing you. Because, let's face it, and let's be honest with ourselves. If you look at the personal terms, would you say your brother should stay here?
No. From the family interest.
I mean, let's be realistic. You get me? Yeah. So I understand what they'll be going through. You get me? And the sleepless nights they will have if these things do happen. But I'm only saying that when it happens, you get me? We need to understand them. They have to take a decision in the best interest of the club and also the player. Because you are not the one who is going to play. He's the one going to play on the field. And if you don't handle it gingerly, it can even affect him on the field. But let's hope that they can keep the team together, do a quick SWOT analysis of the team, and decide on what else they have to do in order to get the team ready for African Cup. Because that is a different ball game by itself.
But would you advise they go on that expedition in the first place?
I think at this stage, they should take the risk and go. It's a risky venture, you get me? But the team is so fired up. The supporters are so fired up. Right. The spirit is high. Right. They never say that it's on. So at this stage, I would suggest that they take the risk and go. There's a risk involved. It could be financially burdensome. Right. Yeah, if you don't get into the group, the money stage, and the rest. But everybody has to take a risk in life once in a while. So they have to. And apart from what is involved, you also have to look at the team and make sure that the team is in good state to compete in Africa. Right.
Very well.
It may involve beefing up the team in certain departments. I call this team a squad. Right. It's a team that when they are playing, you see everybody fighting for each other.
Each other, yeah.
So I see them more as a squad. It looks like the Porto team, which won the European Cup sometime
2004.
You get me? There are few players who you can say are a little bit above others, but it's like a squad playing. And at times, when you have a squad, they're able to achieve when you don't expect them to achieve, get to the top when you don't expect them to. Listen. Right. And I like their commitment. I like the way they are fighting for everything on the pitch. You get me?
Very well.
And of course, we need to congratulate the technical team, the players, the supporters, the board, and the management. If I was one of the first persons in the old management who posted my congratulations to all of them for what they have achieved. 11 years without a trophy is not the best for House of Folk. But at the end of the day, they are out of the woods, at least.
When the board announced Samuel Bodo as the head coach, did you think that he was the man, considering his age, where he was coming from, his profile, to be able to do the impossible for the club?
I must admit that I didn't know him much. I had not followed him. My worry was the consistency with which the technical team was changing like a revolving door. That was my worry. Yeah, but I'm not there, so I didn't know what was really happening. But you see, there's something about coaching. It depends on support you get. Right?
Yeah.
And at times, apart from your technical knowledge, luck also carries you through. Yeah, but as he handles the team, you saw his passion. The conviviality with the players. It reminds me of the way Jose Atukwe, Sam Dodo, and the rest when they were handling the team, the way they were with the players. In that case, the players are prepared to fight for you and die for you. Right. And you see his technical prowess also showing on the pitch. I mean, what he had, he did his best out of it. Sure. And I think we need to congratulate him.
We spoke to him about 2 days ago, and he made a point very clear that he would wish the board chairman especially would, get some of the old management members on board. He mentioned Nia Ibunte, people like you on board. What will it take for the Ernest Thompsons, the Nia Ibuntes, the Harry Zakors to come on board this family?
You see, come on board from what perspective? You get me? That's what I've been asking myself. You get me? We can support, we can help from different perspectives. We don't need to be directors again. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need to be. I mean, I don't share that principle in my life that I have to do everything. Others also should be given the chance to do it. The current board is made up of people. Some were with us before. Frank is there. Togo was with us. I mean, Togo is my mate. We always say it. I mean, he takes the advantage at the least thing to tell them at AGM that look, you should bear in mind that the two of us were mates. We sat in the same class in sixth form, went with us, and we were very good friends. You get me? And we are still very good friends again, right? So whatever help we need to give, I don't think there's any phobia who is called to help and they will not help. But I don't think we should help by going on as directors again or something. You understand me? But my brother, running football is difficult. It's very time consuming. Right. But so my answer to your question is that yes, you get me, we are always available, and I think I can speak to all of them because I know they are true Phobians. Fawaz, Nyai Bonte, Harizako, Ankaratu. I mean, call them TT Brothers and the rest. They are all Phobians. I mean, they'll help. But I don't know whether any of them wants to come on as a director again or something. I think we should give those people the chance to do their work and give them whatever support they really need. So, I mean, that is my answer. So yes, again, I mean, I don't understand. They should call us as if something has happened in the past. So let's just move on, right? And think of the team first and foremost, and not as our individual idiosyncrasies and the rest.
Sir, grateful for your time this morning. Grateful for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ernest Thompson, and I'm saying, AD and Common, I think.